everyone for this session. So there are a lot of amazing sessions. I did a sessions this morning in the in an in-person meeting outside. So I learned a lot of things from that. So most important thing, right? Just is a just a learning thing for everyone, right? First of all, I invite one of my favorite speakers, which I know for more than 5 to 6 years, Nandeep Bismeta, and they are the. I mean, what I can say about them, right? The first thing I have to say that Nandeep has finished 20 years uh, in his career, and then is today that is very fortunate. That community is that today is a 20th 200 session, right? So a big round of applause to Nandeep that you not become dinosaur that me and you are the same age, but I think we are learning way more experience about things. So big thanks and give some insights about this session. So Nandeep and Smita, state is all yours, and we always get kick started with your session because we get energy from your sessions. Okay, yeah, please go ahead.
Well, well, thank you. Thank you very much for that introduction. The expectation are set to be high. All right. Okay. So, hello everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today at the Global Power Platform Bootcamp 6th edition by Delhi Tech Community. And we are here to showcase our session on building copilots with Azure AI Foundry. And I should say it's not versus, but and Microsoft Copilot Studio. So, right now, whenever we are building our agents, mostly agents instead of copilots, we tend to see what are the options which are available. So there are various options available, not just Azure AI Foundry and Microsoft Copilot Studio. But in today's session, we are going to discuss more of like what are the new features which are available in Microsoft Copilot Studio to create your agents. At the same time, how these two tools, Azure AI Foundry and Microsoft Copilot Studio, they are a bit different and how they help everyone to create their agents. At the same time, for example, how we can also combine the power of both to get the things done very quickly. All right. So with that quick introduction, myself Nandeep Bismeta, I'm from Pune, India. I'm Microsoft MVP for M365 and AI platform, Microsoft certified trainer, author of these three books, including SharePoint Framework, SharePoint Hybrid, and Viva Connections. And then on to the right hand side, here are my social media handles to get in touch with me. And with me today is Smita.
Hello all, myself Smita. I'm having total 16 plus years of experience in Microsoft technology. I'm working as a SharePoint architect and I'm a Microsoft MVP. I'm author of these two books and these are some of my social handles by which you can get in touch with me.
Okay, so with that, let's get started with the agenda. So these are the things that we are going to cover today. Mostly, we will start with very basics, Copilot and the AI stack, because these are the two buzzing words that we are dealing with, like Copilot, agent, AI, all those things. So we are going to see like how the Copilot and AI stack looks like. Then we are going to go into few of the theories, then few of the demos, including Copilot Studio Agent Builder and autonomous agents, how we can build those using Microsoft Copilot Studio. These are the two new offerings that we have got. And again, since bit of that into the preview mode, the demos may or may not work, but okay, so that's the disclaimer. Again, we will see like how the Azure AI Foundry helps to create those agents, and then again we will walk through all those step-by-step guide to building your agents using both the platform. And then we will have the simple comparison. I'm not going to compare those two products as a apple versus oranges, but just like for example, when you want to get started using any of the platform, what are the pros and cons and what are the key features that each of the platform provides, and then what are the major useful use cases where you will be able to use those. So again, this is not a comparison session of this versus that, AI Foundry versus Copilot Studio, but it is just the enablement session so that you will be able to get to see the features, use cases, and scenarios across those. All right, so with that, let's get started with the Copilot and AI stack, which is the heart of everything.
So here is the Copilot and AI stack that is showcasing the various approaches and the layers involved in building the AI powered solutions with Microsoft ecosystem as well as with the Azure. So some of the key approaches over here: extend the Microsoft Copilot. So the focus is on customizing and enhancing the existing Microsoft Copilot experiences using a tool like Copilot Studio, a platform to build and extend the Microsoft Copilot capabilities. Then the Visual Studio for the more advanced development and the integration. Then GitHub for managing the code and the collaboration. You can build your own Copilot. So always creating entirely custom Copilot tailored to specific business needs by leveraging the Azure AI ecosystem. Also innovate and automate with AI. So this focuses on the using the Azure's AI capabilities to innovate and automate the processes, providing the broader AI-driven solutions. So some of the core components of the stack. First one is this AI platform, the foundational layer for building and running the AI models and the applications. Then the app services, the tools and the services for developing and hosting the application. Then we have a data services which provides the secure and scalable data storage, processing and analytics the capabilities. And the last one is the AI infrastructure. So which underlying the hardware and the cloud infrastructure that supports the AI workloads. When it's come to the Azure integration, the stack heavily relies on Azure, so Microsoft Cloud Platform to provide a robust support for AI workloads and seamless integration. AI privacy, safety, and security. If we talk about this one, so it is a foundational principle of the stack is ensuring the privacy, safety, as well as the security in AI implementations, making it a suitable for enterprise use while addressing the compliance requirement. So these tags demonstrate the flexibility allowing the organizations to either build custom copilots or extend the existing solutions all while leveraging the Azure reliable infrastructure and AI capabilities. Then let's talk about this copilot versus these agents. So we have been hearing these two terminologies for a long time now, copilot and the agents. So they are the same or they are the different. So let's understand their roles and the key differences. So first I will talk about this copilot. So it's a human augmentation. So the co-pilots are designed to enhance the human capabilities, acting as a tools that work alongside the user to make the task easier and more efficient. It is a personal assistant, so they function as the personal assistants, helping the individuals with the task, decision making, or generating the insights. Then the limited to the users. So the number of copilots corresponds to the number of people using them as they serve the individuals directly. This is about this copilot. Let's talk about this agent. So it's a autonomous expert system. So the agents are capable of working independently, making the decisions and executing the tasks without the direct human intervention. So the works for the processes or the companies. So agents are designed to handle the specific processes, workflows, or a task on behalf of organizations or the systems. Then when it comes to the scalability, so there are typically more agents than people as they can be deployed across the multiple workflows or the system simultaneously. So some of the key differences are over here for this purpose and scope. So the while the co-pilot assist and augment the human effort on an individual level, agents are autonomous systems that work independently, often scaling across the larger organizational needs. So now let's talk about this Copilot Studio Agent Builder. So this Copilot Studio Agent Builder is a tool which designed to help the organizations to create a custom AI powered agents that work within the Microsoft ecosystem. So it allows the businesses to define a specific workflows, integrate their data sources, and configure the task automation tailored to their needs. Let's talk about this key feature. So the custom workflows, that is the build agent to handle the repetitive task, streamline the processes or assist with decision making. For the data integration, it connects the organizational data securely from Microsoft 365, Azure, and other integrated sources. For the declarative approach, use the simple configurations and the prompts to define the agent's behavior without needing the extensive coding. And the seamless integration, so it's designed to work natively with Microsoft tools like Teams, SharePoint, and Power Platform. So the purpose is the agent builder empowers the organizations to extend the functionality of Copilot by creating the intelligent systems, that is the agents that works autonomously to improve the efficiency and the productivity. So with that, let's go ahead and check for this demo.
All right. So now that we are going to look into the demo, the hands-on, like how to create the AI assistant with the Copilot Studio Agent Builder. So this is the interface that we have been working mostly Microsoft 365 Copilot, and now that here we do have option to create the agent. And from this agent, these are kind of an agent which are declarative purpose. That means we just need to describe what this particular agent should do. We don't need to go into the imperative approach of, for example, this is a request, this is how it should be handled, and so on. So again, this is a basic difference between the imperative approach versus the declarative approach that we have been using recently. Okay, so now that what we are going to do is that we are throughout this entire demo or this session, we are going to see a demos across industry, which is travel. So we do have few of the brochures uploaded into the SharePoint, and then we are going to use that as a data source for all of our demos. And again, for example, here if you see, we do have that declarative agent as well, which we are not going to demo today. But again, we do have functionality from here itself to create an agent, which is again a declarative kind of an agent. But right now, we cannot extend that to the Microsoft Copilot Studio. So what is mean by that is like once you create that particular agent, we do have option there to extend that with Copilot Studio, but it is not yet active. So that's the reason we are not going to demo that today. All right. So what we are going to do now is that we are going to create a declarative kind of an approach from which we'll be able to create the agent. So based on the information that we have got here into this document library, we are going to create that declarative agent. One thing is like probably the description is more important here. So we need to describe like what this particular agent should do. So here I'm describing like the agent should be called as a market travel, which is a declarative agent, and it is designed to provide personalized travel assistance. So it should help user to explore the cities by giving the recommended attraction, dining options, and so on. Okay, so this is the entire description that we need to give, and then that's it. We can just go ahead and then we will see how the how the Copilot Studio goes ahead and create the agents. So this is the only kind of an declarative thing that we need to do. Okay, so now that it is asking like now let us decide what's the name of the agent. How about market travels? Okay, so probably we can go ahead with that, or maybe I will just call it as a GPPB market travels, because I do have already created agent called as market travels just as a backup, because if in case this doesn't work, I can show the other one. One thing that you have seen here, like this is the agent, how it will look like when we will create that, when we will go ahead and click on create. So here you can see the description which was given by us, but at the same time, this has given us some prompts. Like these are the startup prompts that we can use to get go ahead and get our conversation started with this agent. Because the major hurdle or major issue that we see people when they are using the Copilot is like they probably come to know about the capability of the Copilot by looking at the description, but probably they don't know the startup prompts, like what kind of an prompts that they should start with, by which they will be able to get more relevant answers from those agents. So here you can see that even it has given us those starter prompts. Again, those are customizable. If in case needed, we can change them as well. All right, so we are going to call it as a GPPB market travels. That's it, and then it will do the magic in the background to go ahead and create that. All right, so now that it has updated the agent as a GPPB market travels. And for example, now that, for example, if you want to refine the instructions and everything, you can do that one as well. So we are not going to go into those details. This is a basic prompt engineering. So simply we'll go ahead and click create to create our agent. So what this will do is obviously it is going to create the similar kind of an agent that we have been creating so far with the Copilot Studio, but this is bit different because this is a declarative kind of an agent. Because so far the approach that we had taken to create the agent in Copilot Studio was the imperative kind of an approach. That means we defined, like for example, someone goes for, or any of the user when he asks for hotel bookings or maybe travel accommodation or anything else, we had started with creating those topics. So we create a topics, and in that topic we define the entire flow. For example, if the user says that I want to book a hotel or suggest me some hotels to book and everything. So for all those listing, we had created the imperative kind of an approach by which it can go into that data source, it will pick up the information and everything. But now that we are into the era that we are not going to do all those things, but we are going to use the approach of this declarative agent. So that means we will let the AI decide what things that it needs to do to get this done. All right, so it looks like it is taking some more time to create the agent, but definitely, like once this agent is created, after that we will be able to even add the sources here. And then once the sources can be added, it can just use its AI logic behind the scene to go ahead and answer the queries. Probably if it is going to take some more time, we will go ahead with the theory part, and then once it is completed, we can again come back and check that. Maybe let's wait if in case it is able to do it. All right. Okay. Looks like it is still going to take some more time, but this is the same kind of a Copilot that we had been using or creating with the Copilot Studio. But the primary difference here is that this is going to be a declarative agent. We are not going to write any code or any flows and everything there. It is just going to do everything on its own. Okay. All right. So maybe it is taking some time. Maybe first indication that demo code is not with me today, but okay, so that is kind of an declarative agent that we have got by which we can create and directly get it deployed into the Microsoft 365. So that means when this particular agent will be created, we will be able to use that experience directly from the Microsoft 365 chat. Okay, so we don't need to go ahead and publish it to various sources, channels, and everything. This will be available from here directly. All right, so it looks like it is going to still take some more time, but probably we will come back to this later. Let's not wait for it, and then we will cover the other theory part. So with that, let us move to the next phase and see the Copilot Studio, how it offers that conversational AI platform for extending as well as building your own Copilot agents.
So here are the capabilities of Copilot Studio in leveraging the connectors for seamless integration and action on the data. So over here you can see this 1500 plus pre-built connector. So the Copilot Studio provides the access to over 1500 connectors to interact with the various apps, services, and the platform, enabling you to act on a data effectively. Then the custom connector. So if your service or the application is not covered by the existing connectors, you can build your own custom connectors to integrate it with Copilot Studio. Then the dynamic inputs and the outputs. So the inputs and output for the connector actions are automatically extracted from the user messages or the generated as the AI driven responses, ensuring the smooth communication between the users and the connected system. So this flexibility allows the businesses to connect their workflows, automate the processes, and build the tailored solutions. So with that, let's go ahead and check this Copilot Studio architecture. So this slides is reference from the Microsoft Copilot Studio implementation guide, and this is the version 1.5. So the diagram showcases the Copilot Studio architecture, providing an overview of its components and integration. So some of the brief description I would like to provide you. So the first one, API based clients. So the standard clients, which includes the web chat widgets, Power Apps, and Power Pages chat controls. Then the custom clients are the bot framework web chat and the custom built chat widgets. When it's come to server, that is the middleware and integrations with Azure AI bot service channels, for example, Telegram, WeChat, and the third party hubs. For the runtime, it supports the native channels like Microsoft Teams, Facebook, WhatsApp, Slack, and Dynamics 365 Omnichannel and Microsoft 365 Copilots. It allows the integration of an agent as a skill for the private previews. For the dialog management, the structured dialogues, notes, actions, and power effects for logic. So it supports the multilingual dialogues and the voice integration. For the language understanding, offers the classic built-in NLU, that is the natural language understanding or the custom NLU models, and it features the generative orchestration for the advanced AI driven understanding. For the generative actions, it provides AI wrappers for managing the inputs and outputs in workflows. For the generative answers, it supports the advanced query rewriting, knowledge search, for example, websites, SharePoint, files, and customization. Okay, and then when it's come to the security, it's ensure the security with web channel secrets, custom or native end user authentication. So the Power Platform DLP policies for managing the channels, connectors, and the knowledge sources. So the integration with Microsoft Purview audit logs, and when we talk about more about these integrations, it includes the HTTP request, Power Platform connectors, Power Automate workflows, AI builder prompts, and the bot framework skills. When it's come to the application lifecycle management, that is ALM, it supports the Power Platform Studios, CI/CD pipelines like Azure DevOps, GitHub, and when it's come for the knowledge and data sources, it integrates with Microsoft 365 Graph for enhanced search and the connectors, the Azure AI Search for the vectorized search index, the Azure AI Foundry for building fine-tuned LLMs, and the data store in Azure Storage and Analytics through Azure Synapse Analytics. For the monitoring and insights, so the Azure Monitor for telemetry and insights, so the standard analytics, technical telemetry, and the conversational transcript for tracking the performance. So this architecture demonstrates how the Copilot Studio seamlessly integrates Microsoft and Azure tools to build the powerful AI driven solutions, combining the natural language understanding, data integration, and advanced security. So, with that, let's go ahead and check how this Copilot Studio can be extended with Azure services and enhance this AI driven solution. So, the first one is the AI search. So, it's utilize the Azure OpenAI models to build the conversational AI experiences over your data. When it's come to the analytics, it's create the custom analytics by integrating your data into extended Azure data pipelines. For the API calls, it enables the API or HTTP calls to Azure services, allowing the seamless data integration and the service interaction. For the bot framework, it's leverage the Azure bot framework to create, update, and extend bots directly within the Copilot Studio. For the knowledge base, it's integrate this Azure custom question answering for enhanced knowledge base interactions in a Copilot. For telemetry, use the Azure Application Insights to track and analyze the custom telemetry for Copilot usage. For the ALM, that is Application Life Cycle Management, work with the Azure DevOps to manage the full life cycle of Copilot solutions. So the language services which incorporate Azure's conversational language understanding to support the dialogue triggers, interruptions, and the corrections. Let's say, for example, did you mean? And the slot filling. So these extensions allows the organizations to build a more robust, data driven, and scalable Copilot solutions by harnessing the Azure's advanced capabilities. Let's go ahead and check for the autonomous agent capabilities available in Copilot Studio. So, this autonomous agent capabilities in Copilot Studio enable the creation of AI powered system that can operate independently to perform the task and the workflows without this constant human intervention. So the first one, let's talk about these triggers and workflows. So agents can be set up to respond to specific triggers or events such as the user input, system notification, or the data changes. They automate the workflows by acting based on the predefined rules, AI logic, or generative actions. Then the integration with the multiple channels. So this agent work across the platform like Microsoft Teams, Dynamic 365, WhatsApp, Slack, and other supported channels, ensuring the seamless communication and execution. When it's come to the generative actions and answers, so the agents can perform complex action using the AI generated inputs and outputs. They provide a generative answers to queries, pulling the information from knowledge bases, files, and integrated system like a SharePoint or Azure AI search. For the security and compliance, so autonomous agents operate within a secure framework, leveraging the features like the authentication, Power Platform DLP policies, and Microsoft Purview logs, customization, and extendability. So the business can define the agent behavior using the declarative configurations, AI builder prompts, or bot framework skills to suit the specific needs. For the ALM support, so the agents are managed as a part of the application lifecycle management, enabling the updates and scaling through Azure DevOps or GitHub pipelines. So these capabilities allow the Copilot Studio agents to act as intelligent assistants, handling the tasks like data retrieval, automated responses, process execution, and more driving efficiency and reducing the manual effort. So with that, let's go ahead and check for the demo.
Okay, so now that we are going to the second demo, like how we can unlock the autonomous agent kind of and capabilities with Microsoft Copilot Studio. But before that, let us see if our first agent is ready. Okay, looks like even it is not yet ready. Maybe some glitches here, but okay, don't worry. We are going to see now like how we can create the autonomous agent. So to create the autonomous agent, firstly, okay, let us try to understand what is meant by autonomous agent. So far the agents that we have created, we use that as a medium to go ahead, chat with them. So probably even for example, if we are using the AI flavor into that, we go ahead, we type some question, we get the answers, we are happy. But now that we are going to create the autonomous agent, that means we don't need any interface to invoke those agents, but those agents will be automatically come into the picture whenever they get a reference and they will do their work autonomously. Okay, so this is the difference that we are going to make there. All right, so how to create those kind of an agent? So let us go ahead, create new agent. Right now I'm into the Copilot Studio and we are going to create that agent. So I just click new agent. Okay, not sure whether it is my internet connection, but okay. Let us see. So we are going to create that agent and then we are not going to code anything there, no code, absolutely nothing. Even we are not going to use any imperative approach to say like for example this is a thing, go ahead and do those things, but we are just going to use the entirely declarative kind of an approach and we are going to create those autonomous agents. All right, so looks like it is still loading. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Let me just try it one more time. Just give me one moment. Maybe let me again come back to the Copilot Studio and try to create a new agent. All right. Okay, even since my previous agent is still getting created, looks like something is not good with my environment. Okay, so let me again go back to the agents, create a new agent. Okay, so now that there we go. So what we need to do here is like again we need to define like what this particular agent should do. So I'm just going to say like you are an agent that assists travelers in exploring cities, finding the hotel or accommodation, and so on. So this is the agent that we are going to create. So let's say it will maybe go ahead and try to create that agent. Uh, okay, so maybe let us go ahead, directly go to skip to configure and try to get this agent created. Again, I'm going to call it as a GPPB travel agent, and then probably this is the description wherein we can put those things. So you are an agent and everything. Instructions specifically, I'm not going to give any instruction as of now because I want to show you like what happens with instructions and what happens without instructions. One more point here is like whenever we are creating the autonomous agent, it is important to fill out this description box because so far wherever we have seen description, probably if it is not the required field, we have skipped. But when we are creating the autonomous agent, the description are pretty much important because that is the metadata which is being used by those agents on when to trigger the things. Okay, so that's the reason this description is very, very important. Okay, so now that that's the thing, we are just going to give the description and we will go ahead and create. So we haven't filled out anything, no instructions, nothing else, just the description. And again, don't skip the instructions so that whenever you will create that agent, it by looking at that metadata, it will get triggered. Again, there is one thing that I have observed, like how many number of agents that we should have. So one thumb rule probably I can put here is like don't create a single agent which has got multiple responsibilities. Maybe create the individual agent which is an expert in that specific task. Okay, so probably let's say for example you want to create an agent who can look into some policies, who can give you the leave balance, and probably something else. So don't just give all that responsibilities to a single agent. Maybe try to create an individual agent which is an expert for that particular task itself. Okay, so that if needed, when the time will come, those autonomous agents can call each other as well. Okay, so that's the reason don't create one agent with multiple responsibilities. Maybe create a single agent with which is expert into the specific task. Okay, so it is still taking some time. I'm not sure whether it is my environment, my internet, or anything else, but something is not right. Okay, all right. So let me just do one thing. Let me just try to go into the Copilot Studio one more time and try to create it. Maybe I will just close this out. We are again going to go into the Copilot Studio and try to create that. Maybe it is becoming very slow. All right. Hmm. Okay, and probably this is one of the difference that you can see whenever you're creating the Copilot Studios in Copilot using Copilot Studios. They take a bit of time, but for example, if you do those with AI Foundry, that is the another interface, but those get created very quickly. Okay, looks like it is still taking some time. Wow. Okay, so this was the major demo which I wanted to show it to you, but looks like it is not working. Let me just check
Nandeep,
one
is it
thing.
in preview?
No, I'm just trying to open up the Copilot Studio. That's it. But still, it is taking some more time.
No, because I was trying this
Mhm.
thing in Power Apps Plant Designer, and it took me 5 minutes to open it. I think
Oh,
yeah, I think the environment also takes some time to load up. So yeah,
could
I think
be.
maybe it could be an environment issue because I tried it after second environment and then it worked. So I think I use
Mhm.
US, then it worked. I don't know, but
Okay.
what environment you use, but you try.
Okay. Let me just check. Okay, I don't have any other environment, but let me try to check it one more time. Copilotstudio.microsoft.com. Okay. Oh. Oh, someone has the hand raised. If in case there is a question related to that, we can cover until this one comes up.
Yeah, hi.
You can ask questions. I think he's still trying it out. Nandip, you want to answer? Maybe he can answer towards the end,
mm,
so
sure,
that
sure, sure.
the momentum of
Mm.
the session is not broken. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sure. Or probably what we can do is we can skip this part for some time. We will go to the AI
Yeah, yeah,
Foundry and then we will come
yeah.
back
You
here.
can.
Okay, sorry for
I think
that.
that time maybe
Not
the agent will
sure.
be
Correct.
starting. Already started. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so with that, maybe let's start with the other tool that we have got here, which is Azure AI Foundry, which is again kind of a platform that help you to create and deploy your custom Copilot. But again, when you talk about Copilot Studio or this Azure AI Foundry, they are pretty much different. So when it comes to the Azure AI Foundry, we have got almost 1,400 plus kind of models which are available from Azure OpenAI service itself or Hugging Face, Meta, and many more. And then these are the kind of an open source models which are ready for curated kind of an fine tuning. And then we can compare those models by opening the data sets and all those things. So if in case you just want to see that, let me open up the Azure portal. Let me go into the Azure portal here. Okay. And then let us try it out. Ooh, okay. All right. Okay, so this is the Azure OpenAI service that we have got, and then once we go to the Azure AI Foundry portal, so from here we'll be able to create our project. We'll be able to define what are the models that we need and everything. So let's say, for example, once you again go back to the top, go to the all resources, and from here we should be able to see all of the projects that we have got. So this is the project that I already had created, and then here we do have the model catalog. So this is the model catalog from where we will be able to see all of the models which are available. So here you can see that we do have various models available from Azure OpenAI itself. Again, we do have DeepSeek, which is one of the model that everyone is using nowadays. Again, we do have various from Mistral and other platform, so that we can go ahead and use. Now that, for example, if you want to compare those models and everything, we can do that part as well. But the major thing where this AI Foundry becomes pretty much interesting is this prompt flow. Okay, so because when it like we you do have various kind of prompts, and when you want to test it out, definitely you cannot keep doing all those things in a manual way. So you need to have some kind of flows which will help you to orchestrate your entire existing APIs as well as data stores, as well as maybe if in case you want to use any machine learning model, and then it will help you to test, evaluate, and refine your model behavior. So let's say, for example, if you are creating a model which is for or maybe um, customized model that is maybe for any kind of an algorithm and everything. In that case, you will be able to use this to see how that one works over the time, and then you can refine that, and then from there it can work. So now that, for example, if you want to go ahead and start using those prompt flows, you can just simply go to the prompt flow, and this is the place from where you can create a prompt flow. And here we do have multiple options. Like for example, if you already have a defined criteria in your mind, for example, if you want to chat with Wikipedia, or maybe if you want to test out the function calling, you can use this. Otherwise, for example, if you are clueless what to do, you can always go with the standard flow, and then you can just create that standard flow, and then from here you will be able to choose the model that you want to test it out. You will be able to define the entire prompts and everything, and then from there you will be able to use those prompt flow into your applications. Okay. All right. Again, maybe looks like creating the prompt flow as well taking some time. Okay, all right. So what I will do is I will again open up the other prompt here or other thing here. Let me just go into the projects and select the project. Okay. All right. So once the flow is created, probably I can looks like demo code is not at all with me today. So I will have to maybe show the screenshot that I have created earlier. So in this case, what will happen is like if in case you have a set of inputs defined, you can use those inputs. You have those predefined outputs with you. You can orchestrate the entire behavior, like what is the expected output and what is the expected behavior from those models, and then it will follow that path. You will be able to test it out, and then you can use that. At the same time, when we are using, uh, we are obviously concerned about the safety and the operationalization of those models. In that case, we do have those content filters available. So you can anytime go to the content filter. Oh, okay. Looks like something wrong either with Azure portal or with my internet connection. Okay. So let's say for example, whenever you want to probably go ahead with content safety, we do have that option available under here called as safety plus security. So whenever there is any communication which is happening between agent as well as the human being, there are some mitigation plans that we should follow. So first thing is the safety of the model itself. So every model that gets introduced into the Microsoft AI Foundry, it is being monitored, or at least it is being already tested on various parameters, and then it is get available. Second thing is like there is a safety system around that, like wherein you can define the guidelines. For example, you can define what kind of an inputs are allowed and what are not. So you can do those things, and then after that we do have the system message and grounding. So wherein you can define your system messages, how your model should behave, and from there you will be able to create a mitigate plan. And then lastly, we do have the user experience layer where you need to educate your users on how to use, what prompts to use, and everything, and from where you will be able to use it. So these are the things which are available here by default. For example, if you come to this content filter, this is a very nice place to go ahead. So here you can define the connection, and then you will be able to do the filtering out. So here we do have various categories, including violence, hate, sexual, self-harm, and everything, which are probably kind of a lacking features that we have got into the Copilot Studio. But again, from this AI Foundry, we can block or we can allow a certain type of content. So for example, if you are probably working onto the crime story, you probably want to lower down this violence. But for example, if you're writing some nicer stories, probably you can make it stricter. So these are available and applicable for both. For example, the input filter as well as for the output filter. So input filter, that means the prompts that are being given by your users, and output filters are those for for which we are getting the responses from our model. Okay, so those are the things that you can do. But more major thing that we have got here is the agent. So again, here you can see that this is into the preview, and hopefully this works now. So we do have agents here. So from here, what you can do is you can create a new agent. Okay, so you can simply click agent. This is very much similar kind of a capability that we have got into the Microsoft Copilot Studio, but this is still in preview, and I don't think in my tenant I have all those things available. So one thing that you can do here, obviously, you can create or add the knowledge. Another thing that I have observed, like whenever we create this agent, for the first time, this Bing search is not available. But for example, if you maybe just navigate away from some place and again come back here and then open up that agent, that is again available. So let's say, for example, we go for the knowledges and we try to click add. Okay, it is still not yet available here, but let me just check here. Okay, so those are the things, probably because of the private preview, those are not working. But again, the other sources which are going to be sooner here is maybe SharePoint. So you will be able to use SharePoint as a knowledge source directly within the AI Foundry. So you will be able to do that. But at this point of time, you can just only upload the files, or you can only use the Azure AI Search. For various tenants, we do have other functionalities available, which is upcoming, that you can see here. Like we do have code interpreter, which is the only functionality available in my tenant. But again, these are the other features which will be upcoming. Like for example, even you can create your Swagger kind of a documentation, the OpenAI protocol, and from there you will be able to invoke the other APIs, or even you will be able to invoke the Azure functions. So again, this is kind of an autonomous agents which are still in preview into the Azure AI Foundry, through which you don't need to just go ahead and have a chat kind of an interface with your agents. But with this, you will be able to directly invoke, or at least those agents will be directly invoked autonomously whenever you are working with them. Okay, so that means, let's say, for example, you want to let's say, for example, whenever there is a file that gets uploaded into the SharePoint, you probably want to process something from there and maybe send out some email to someone, and at the same time, what are the action it should take, you can define from here. Okay, so again, since this is the functionality which is not yet available into my tenant, I'm not able to showcase that. Unfortunately, the Copilot Studio was the one which was available, but for some reason it is not opening up now. Okay, so these are the things that we have got, but other thing which is still in preview but very much effective is code functionality. So using this, you will be able to create the entire functionality via coding. So for example, even if you are looking out for the multi-model kind of an orchestration, you will be able to use that as a code feature. So either you can open this directly into the GitHub and then start working from there. So what can happen from here is like you can create an agent, you can define like what kind of an model that it should use, and then you will be able to expand that beyond the Azure AI Foundry and then use that into your AI, into your code as well. Okay. So these are the things which are available here, which we'll be able to use. The other thing probably is fine tuning, which we have been using already. With that, we will be able to, or we are able to fine tune our model and then use that. Again, we will be able to use that into our agents as well whenever needed. Okay, so probably that was the demo which I wanted to show, but since those features are not yet available into my tenant, I won't be able to show that to you. But probably we can spend the time, like for example, we do have an option to use Azure AI Foundry as well as Copilot Studio, and then which one to go ahead and how to use. Another thing which I have observed is like, for example, whenever you are using the playgrounds, so let's say when you customize or maybe create or add your own data here, you will get an option to deploy those agents into your Copilot Studio as well. So for example, when you will start playing with this AI Foundry, you will just get an option to deploy this as a web app. But when you will add your data source here, so you'll have to create your maybe you can use the Azure AI Search, or you can directly start with uploading the files. But obviously, it needs Azure AI Search and storage in the background. So as soon as you will do that, you will also see a option to get it deployed as a Teams app as well as get it deployed into the Copilot Studio as well. So that is one of the capability that you can use. But since again my Copilot Studio itself is not working, I will not be able to show that demo as well. But okay, so with that, maybe quickly see the comparison between this Azure AI Foundry and Copilot Studio. So both the platforms, they have their unique strength, and one thing is like when to use which one. So Azure AI Foundry, so it is a very comprehensive platform which is designed for developers, data scientists, so that they can build, train, and deploy their AI models. And it obviously leverages the capabilities of Azure Cloud and provides the powerful tools for the advanced AI and machine learning kind of a task. So it is pretty much suitable for more complex and large scale AI project, and it supports deep learning, machine learning, as well as other advanced AI techniques. So this option obviously requires more technical expertise, and it offers greater flexibility and control over your AI model. So the good thing that you can do from Azure AI Foundry is that you have a model selection, which will allow you to choose the best AI model for your specific need. You can do a rapid prototyping there, which by which you can just focus on to the fast and efficient prototyping for the quick results by selecting the model, testing it out with prompt flows and all those things. It also provides the advanced tools like state-of-the-art evaluation, safety, testing tools, which are tailored for the LLM kind of an applications. On to the other hand, when we try to use Copilot Studio, it is specifically designed for building the custom Copilot kind of a solution, and it is a streamlined kind of a platform which focuses on creating conversational AI, for example, chatbots or the virtual assistant. So this Copilot Studio is pretty much perfect for the beginners or those who have limited kind of an coding experience. So it gives you all that drag and drop kind of an experience or interface which allows you to build chatbots, virtual assistant very quickly, and it is pretty much good when you want to do the rapid prototyping and getting the functional kind of a bot very easily built up. So as we have seen, it offers more than 1,400 plus kind of an built-in connectors, as well as you can go ahead and create your own connectors as well. It gives you more channel flexibility, so it integrates with communication platforms like Microsoft Teams, Facebook, Slack, and everything. It also gives you the enterprise capabilities, like it provides advanced dialogue management, conversation orchestration for building the enterprise grade AI assistant. So again, you can have the best of both the world. So you can choose Azure AI Foundry for custom model experimentation, rapid prototyping, and robust evaluation. And then you can use Copilot Studio for seamless integration, scalable enterprise app solutions, and pre-configured kind of an AI capabilities. So now that let us have a look at the key differences. Okay, so when to prefer which option. So choose Microsoft Copilot Studio if you are new to the AI development and you need a user-friendly platform. And you need to probably deploy the functional chatbot or virtual kind of an assistant very quickly. In that case, Microsoft Copilot Studio is your option. And again, for example, if your business relies heavily onto the Microsoft products and services, Microsoft Copilot Studio is one of the favorable option. Now that, for example, Azure AI Foundry, so you can choose, for example, if when you have a technical team which has got experience into the AI and machine learning, as well as when your project requires advanced AI capabilities and customization. So you need to have a scalable solution that can integrate with Azure AI services, and that is where Azure AI Foundry will help you. So when it comes to choosing between Microsoft Copilot Studio and Azure AI Foundry, ultimately it is depending on your specific needs and objective. So if you are looking for a productivity tool that can enhance the everyday task within Microsoft 365 suite, in that case, Copilot Studio is an excellent choice. On the other hand, if you focus on developing the custom AI models and leverage the advanced kind of an analytics. In that case, Azure AI Foundry offers a robust feature which are needed to support the complex kind of projects. So, as a summary, both the platforms they play very important role in their respective domains. But again, you need to see what kind of an use case that you are trying to build, and then how you want to use those AI capabilities. All right. So I guess with that, unfortunately, we don't have the working demos as such because of my Copilot Studio didn't get spin up. But still, in spite of that, thank you very much for showing the interest, and hopefully, I will be able to record those videos sometime and then make it available onto my YouTube studio, right? All right. With that, thank you very much, Aro, Dhruvin, and back to you. If there are any questions, we can take those.
Yeah, actually, most of the questions were answered.
Okay, great.
Swapnil, you want to ask a question? Now you can ask any questions, right? Because they have,
Still my Copilot
yeah,
Studio.
yeah.
Yeah, still my Copilot Studio is not with me, but okay.
Swapnil, you
Hopefully,
want to unmute yourself?
yeah, sure.
Yeah. So Nandeep bhai, Swapnil here. Actually, I have a question. Can you please go back quickly to that Microsoft 365 Copilot one? Because I was parallelly checking it at my environment also. So there I couldn't see, and I joined a bit late actually. So I was just checking that why I was not able to see that create M365 pop up which you were showing. So it could be just because of uh, yeah.
This one, create an agent.
Yeah, so I don't see that. So it could be because of some permissions or something.
Do you have a Copilot license with you?
I have Microsoft 360. Sorry, I have Microsoft Copilot viral trial. Will that suffice or not?
Yeah, that should work. But
Nandeep, exactly same issue I have as well. I try to
okay,
do the same thing, but I can't see the create an agent. Although I have a MVP tenant, but it
okay.
doesn't work. So
Let me
I
tell
mean,
you,
is it a US region? Oh, sorry, Drovin.
No, this is
Sorry.
India region. This is India region.
Okay.
No,
Even that work
actually,
and web
Arno,
at the top. Those were
Yeah,
also
yeah,
not.
Dhruvin has got the answer.
yeah, actually the thing is that it require M365 Copilot license, Arrow.
Yeah.
MVP tenant don't have that license. If you just have E3 or E5, you will not be able to see that option. And Copilot Studio license is different than the one that we are seeing in the
Hmm.
M365 level. So the
Oh,
necessary is,
okay.
yeah, you require
Okay.
a Microsoft 365 Copilot
Copilot
license, which is
license. Yeah.
$30 per user per month. That license, if you have, then and then only you will
Or
be able to
what?
create an agent
Correct.
from here.
Or what about the trial version? Because can we use trial version?
Trial is
Trial.
provided nowadays. I don't
I'm
think
not
so.
sure. Hmm.
There is a trial. OT is only available for specific regions, not all the regions. I'm not sure at this moment they are offering or not,
Correct. Correct.
but yeah,
Maybe.
I
Yeah.
that's the
This
case.
functionality is probably not
uh,
available with trial. Yeah.
and I asked the same question to the Copilot M365. So it says me that no further license is required. Anyways,
No, it
uh,
Yeah.
requires
But yeah, definitely
yeah,
I know like it needs Copilot separate license. With just
license.
the
Yes,
Copilot Studio will not work here
yeah.
because these
It
are the
$30 per
custom
user
agents.
per month. Yeah.
Correct.
yes,
Yes.
$30
That's the
license
one.
is required additionally. Then and then only you will be able to see that option.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the
And
another
again,
question
you
is
Okay.
can
if you
still see
want to
my Copilot
develop
Studio is
something.
not with me. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Uh, so I explored that because I was just exploring the declarative agent part. So can't we create the similar kind of stuff in Microsoft Copilot Studio, not the M365 one?
Create an agent kind of a thing, right? Yes, we can do that. So simply like when you create an agent, it will take you to the Copilot Studio itself. So as I said, like there are multiple ways you can create a declarative agent directly from Teams Toolkit. Even you can use semantic kernel, many other options to get this created. But specifically when you click create an agent, so this is kind of an agent that will be get created to you from Copilot Studio itself. So here at the top, you can see that it is using Copilot Studio.
But
Yes, still my
to
Copilot
answer your
Studio is not working.
question,
Hmm.
yeah, and Swapnil, just to add on that, like if you create it from here, then and then only it will work as a declarative agent or in the different product.
Correct.
If you
Yes.
start from the scratch in Copilot Studio, it will not treat as a declarative
Yeah.
agent. It will be still your Copilot agent. So the thing is that
Yeah.
initiation screen, it should be from here. Then only you can achieve what you want.
So Nandeep, I want to
Okay.
ask you one question here. That are you using the trial version, or are you using the what license you are using at this point of time?
Yeah, Miss, I'm using Microsoft 365 E5 and Microsoft Copilot, both the licenses.
Oh, okay. I don't have
Yeah, so
E5.
that's the reason I
I
can see.
E5, but I don't
Correct,
have Copilot.
correct, correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Copilot is needed. Otherwise, you won't be able to see this custom agent screen, this part.
Understand. Okay, okay. Which makes sense. I think Swapnil questions also answered in that with that.
Correct,
Okay.
correct. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
one thing is like he has got the trial license, but again, I did not try the trial license. Probably, no, not sure. But again, I don't think there's a trial license available
No,
for
actually,
Copilot.
I've seen a couple of videos,
Hmm.
the latest videos from Microsoft that they provide trial and you can extend for 30 days more, which means
Oh,
60 days you can
okay.
extend. The
Right,
only
right.
thing
Oh,
which
okay.
I
Right. Sorry, I got from the chat like
yo, I
Swapnil is
actually
using
this
Microsoft
is the
Copilot
coming
Studio
from
viral
Microsoft.
trial.
Yeah.
Correct,
So
correct.
they
So
do have
viral trial,
license.
correct. So this one is for Copilot Studio, Swapnil. So it will not work. You will need Microsoft 365 Copilot license, not the
Hmm.
Studio one.
Correct. So which means that for Copilot Studio and for M365 Copilot Studio, there are trials but different
There
licenses.
is no trial available for Microsoft 365 Copilot.
Great.
So you
That
need to
is also
purchase
good
it.
news.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, actually, I tried. So after one more thing that I use, I'm based in Singapore, but I used VPN. I used the Copilot, but I cannot use the I mean, this thing. I don't. They restrict regions specifically. Maybe if you're based in India, you can try it out. You try for just 1 month to see how it works because I can't do it. I think my country is different. Yeah, but I don't know. I want to try it, but I can't do it. Yeah.
No problem. Yeah. I think I got my
All right.
answers here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
But thanks, amazing session. I was trying also, but Swapnil was trying. I could not, I didn't ask, but I think I feel that okay,
Yeah,
I'm
correct. But
experienced, but I couldn't
unfortunately,
answer.
means I wasn't able to demo the other parts, which was, oh, now it's working. But okay,
Oh
that's it.
yeah, I
Not
think
to worry.
yeah, after Swapnil question, Swapnil has a magic hands. I think now things
Correct,
working
correct.
for you.
But right. But okay,
Okay.
probably
Maybe,
I will record a separate
we
demo
can,
on that and
I
share
mean,
with you.
I would
Yeah,
suggest the I mean, whosoever is planning this, I mean, we can set up a couple of those sessions so frequently. That way, we will be able to quickly learn those.
Yeah,
And
actually,
definitely.
we will actually we will do some sessions. So I do get a point, right? Like these kind of sessions, like I mean, I have to ask Nandeep, and then we can do some series of sessions, like whether it's which particular use case will be using Copilot, which he actually answered beautifully, and also about Azure AI Foundries and all. So at least you can get the idea. Like this kind of things we can do at the later stage. Okay.
Right.
Maybe just stay tuned. We will do the sessions on that.
Correct, correct. But since it is open, probably I will just take only 1 minute. So, sorry, Kirti, for that. So once you have the Copilot Studio and once you have the autonomous agent created from that, the only difference that you can do here is like you can turn on the orchestration. That means it will use the generative AI power to see when it can best use that agent. You need to also enable this knowledge, add the knowledge, but disable this part so that it will not use the LLM capabilities. Then you need to add action like when this particular or when this particular agent triggers, what action it should do, probably sending an email or anything else. We don't have much actions here, probably just 50 plus kind of an actions available. But one thing good is that you can create a flow. You can add a trigger here which will define like when this particular agent should get triggered, and that is the reason it is autonomous. Okay, because you will not use this kind of an chat interface to chat with that agent, but that agent will be automatically triggered when something happens. So that was my demo, but unfortunately this Copilot Studio did not work at that point of time. But hopefully I will record that and share with you. Yep, thank you.
so for that, you need to disable the orchestration, right?
Correct. So yeah, for that, you will have to enable the orchestration. So orchestration will be enabled, but optionally you can disable this part. So you will have to obviously enable the orchestration so that you can use the generative AI to determine how it can best respond.
All
So
right. All right.
orchestration needs to be enabled, but optionally you can disable this knowledge, and then you can add the triggers and action. Probably I
All
will
right.
share the video on that quickly. Yep.
Yeah.
But okay then, thank you, and sorry Kirti for taking your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the
Thanks.
opportunity.
Yeah, I really appreciate. Thanks. I think we overshoot. I think we have Kirti on the line as well. So first thing, thank you, Nandeep. Appreciate your time and thanks, Smita. Really appreciate. I know that you are not feeling well, but still, that is a why become people MVP. Somebody asked how to become MVP. This is the reason people are not well and just doing the session. This is a one of the most important sign of MVP, right? Somebody asked how to become MPP. I shared how it works, right? So you are passionate about something, you will do, right?
True,
So
true.
yeah, thanks, Smita.
Thank you.
You showed that how to become MVP. You are true. To somebody asked me, so I showed the video. Okay, thanks, Smita. I really appreciate, and I'm going to stop the recording.